Travis Scott might just be the next Jeffrey Epstein, at least in my opinion, because I think this guy is putting a lot of weird and creepy iconography all in his videos and his artwork that seems to suggest that he's got some very creepy and dark thoughts going on in his head and in the backstory of his music. Now, if you follow my channel for a while, you know that I really don't like Travis Scott. I feel like the way that he handled the Astroworld tragedy, where numerous people, including children, died of a crowd crash at his show, while he still performed on stage, even in spite of seeing an ambulance in the crowd, is just disgusting. He refused to apologize. He did a fake non-apology where he just like looked like he was jerking himself off on his head because he's a dickhead. And basically like just never apologized, never did shit for the people that were affected by it. He is somebody that will step over his fans and quite happily just move along while people are literally dying in front of him at a festival. I cannot believe how gross this guy is. This is all just my opinion, all right? This is all just my opinion. But there's a few things that have come out recently that have been circulating over the last few days that has got me thinking like some of the stuff that Travis is putting out there is a little bit Epstein-y. So I'm going to break it all down to you in this video, but there's a lot, okay? So we're going to start here just as a little refresher, okay? You might remember this is kind of like one of many very questionable pieces of behavior relating to Travis Scott that's been going around over the years. You know, a while back in Ruby Rose's interview with DJ Vlad, all right, she revealed that Travis had actually dated her while she was younger, okay?
Okay. Well, because there are rumors about you and various famous men. I'm going to name a few.
Okay, I'll tell you which
you could react.
Okay.
Cam Newton.
That one was weird. No, never. I've never even met him.
Okay.
Talked to him, nothing.
Travis Scott.
When I was younger. Oh wait, actually I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do this game. I shouldn't do this game.
I just got a few more names.
Should I do this game? Oh wait, let me see. Because I'm going to take ones that are not
Okay,
true.
when you were young.
She got a teddy bear on her sweater too.
Yeah, when I was younger.
Okay. Shout out to Travis Scott, one of the monsters out there in music right now.
Definitely.
And shout out to his new baby.
One of the biggest monsters in music. That's a fact. Vlad got it spot on when he said that. Yep, he is one of the biggest monsters in music. I agree with that.
See, because I'm going to take ones that are not true.
Okay, when you were younger.
Yeah, when I was younger.
Okay. Shout out to Travis Scott, one of the monsters out there in music right now.
Definitely.
Definitely one of the monsters out there in music. I agree.
And shout out to his new baby.
Yeah,
as
beautiful.
Well.
And his beautiful wife. Beautiful lady.
Soldier Boy.
Fudge now. I think we DM'd as friends, but like nothing like freaky or crazy.
Lil Yachty.
We're friends. We've worked together.
Okay. 21 Savage.
When I was younger. Oh wait, how many more are left?
No, that's it.
Okay, cool.
21. Hey, 21. What's going on with that, man?
Good.
All right.
That wasn't bad.
So you admitted to two of them, Travis Scott and 21 Savage when you were younger. Okay. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. You pick some strong, you know what I mean?
And I was with them like a long time ago, like.
Yeah, well, you're 21. It couldn't have been that long ago.
I'm just kidding. No, I don't know.
At least I hope so. Okay. And
at least you hope so, right? So Palm Beach Travis, all right, he basically allegedly, according to some people who have looked into it, okay, some people have looked into it and suggested that she might have been 15. This is on the Keeping Up with the Kardashians subreddit, ironically, 5 years ago, from a deleted user. It says, you guys know about this? 21-year-old Travis Scott dated a 15-year-old Ruby Rose. These false stories of me cheating are not true, he explained, but right now he's been accused of having an affair with Ruby Rose while she was underage. Online detectives have made their research to come up with receipts that Travis Scott dated Ruby Rose when she was 15. An interview that Ruby Rose had some days back on Vlad TV gave rise to the allegations. You just saw it. Okay, Ruby's currently 22 years old, and there's tweets from her back in 2014-15, when at the time she would have been 16 years old in high school, and at the time Travis Scott would have been 21 years old. She said, at Travis, I'm saving me for you. Huh? So it's looking a bit, Travsteeny right now, okay? It says, and people thought he was an upgrade from Tiger. It says this, never understood the liking of him in this sub. His talents, his look, almost as if he was the next Kanye. When Kanye was at his prime, I was just like, huh? Okay. Yes, and I don't know why people don't bring it up more, but now everyone is going to go digging into his past. He has alleged R-word allegations too. His old disgruntled manager threatened to leak details, but never did so. There's ulterior motives there. I think I'll take those with a grain of salt. Good luck Palm Beach Travis, all right? Travis Scott is really getting exposed to how much of an awful person he is. I had no idea there was this history. For real, I didn't know much about this man until yesterday, and I do not like what I see, all right? All right, so people have now found some very disturbing symbolism in some of his Instagram posts that is looking very Epstein-y, okay? I didn't know Astroworld was an island. But they've been finding in his Instagram posts, a lot of people are connecting the code word pizza. Obviously, there's these rumors of Pizzagate. The word pizza appeared in the Epstein files as well. And obviously, if you've ever heard the phrase cheese pizza, that is actually referring to something else that starts with the same letters, illegal videos. That's what I call it on this channel. But it's disgusting, okay? And basically, there's apparently some kind of weird predatory, weird links going on, and it's all in Travis's art. Now, let's see a little bit of backstory to this.
As you continue going through your files, another thing I want to get your thoughts on is the reference to pizza. We talked about it earlier. I'll give you another example here.
So this is just the backstory on the word pizza and other things that were used in the Epstein files, all right? And then I'm going to show you some of what Travis has been putting out there, and it's going to make you go, huh?
Epstein sends a message to someone. She looks pregnant, reacting to a photo. And the client replies back to Epstein, "You mean radiating a soft glow with the look of bliss and excitement? Yeah, that's the pizza." I cannot be clearer than this, that this is a code word. It makes no sense in that context whatsoever. And this, on top of the example I gave you earlier, when his virologist gave him the medicine for having an erection, erectile dysfunction, I assume, or it could be even Viagra, and then told him to wash his hands, go have pizza and grape soda. That's been mentioned time and time again. You know, having adult men, successful men that are very health oriented, constantly talk about pizza and pizza with grape soda, which I've never heard before.
Yeah, I've never heard of pizza and grape soda before this. I don't know if that specific combination was part of the whole Pizzagate thing, but it's definitely mentioned a lot because I saw that phrase, so I looked it up and was like, is this actually like in there multiple times? And it most definitely is.
There's another one here. Have you seen the beef jerky mentions as well? There's an email here from Jeffrey Epstein. Someone else says, Francis has time to come tomorrow to show me how to make it. Jerky, anyone? He will also bring you a taste of his jerky recipe from the restaurant and sends a warm hello. He's working at a restaurant called Cook's. Wait for it, beef jerky and steak. He has time at 3 p.m. And there's other emails of him talking about beef jerky. Another one here, Jeffrey Epstein sending it to Steve Hansen saying, hope you're feeling better. Did we analyze the beef? Did we analyze the jerky? Now there's talks about jerky, referencing human meat.
So a lot of talk about pizza, right? A lot of talk about weird things. Now, here is where things start to, I'm going to show you some stuff. So apparently there's some old FBI documents, okay? These are PDF symbols, all right? Symbols that are associated with PDF type files, all right? I'm going to be careful what I show you here because I don't want to get in trouble. But basically, okay, these are old FBI documents that discuss symbols that have allegedly been used by predator groups that do prey on youngins, right? So we've got this sort of triangular spiral shape, and it's apparently the logo of bee lovers. This thin version of it is for little bee lovers, right? The bee logo imprinted on coins. There's sort of this Illuminati triangle, but this is apparently a dog whistle towards, other people that are into A minors, as Kendrick would say, okay? This is a FBI Intelligence Bulletin, a report on symbols and logos used by P words to identify other P words and their SUL preferences, okay? PDFs to include those who SA A minors, all right, as well as those who produce, distribute, and trade illegal videos use various types of identification logos and symbols to recognize one another and distinguish what they're into, specifically their gender preference, and members of these organizations use descriptions of B-Love, G-Love, and C-Love, all right? They use rings, they use a bunch of things, all right? It's messed up. It says the small triangle represents a small B and the large triangle represents the adult man. That's gross. That's actually, so that's what, bro, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. I don't even want to look at this for too long, okay? I wouldn't ever dream of using this iconography in anything that I'd be showing to the public, all right? So in 2003, a series of Travis Scott Instagram posts went viral after users of the Reddit thread, sub r/conspiracy, all right, they started connecting imagery in Travis Scott's Instagram posts to some of these alleged code words and symbols from the Epstein files and these FBI reports. Why is he posting this? This is a kid that's been drawn all over, all right? A few little triangular looking shapes around here. Why are you drawing on kids, Travis? He posted this, right? Utopia. Is this what's going on in his Utopia? He's a creep, right? Didn't draw on this kid. Weird photos of kids, right? What's going on? There's a triangle on this kid's forehead. If you ask me, that's triangular in shape up there, right? So a lot of people saying celebrities are weird, celebrities are aliens, celebrities are effing kids, all right? It's gross, all right? It's gross. It says, I really don't love the color scheme on the first one. It's really bruisey looking. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. It says you can literally see triangles and the A symbol drawn on him. That's insane to me how they're not even hiding it anymore. What does the A symbol mean? And then people link to the FBI PDF symbols that was mentioned before. People saying, I thought True Detective made the spiral up on their own. Apparently it's a real thing, right? And it's goes through all types of industry rituals. We're not going to get into that in this video. It says, why does Instagram even allow this to stay the hell up? You can't even say sex on YouTube anymore, but they purport to care so much. But when there's such obvious suggestion of inappropriate treatment of children, then that's to be celebrated with millions of views and likes on IG. What a crock of absolute BS shit show. Where are the cops? I'm a mother and I'm angry. What I find weird about this, how do you draw on somebody? You have to touch them, right? You have to touch them. So this kid's been touched, all right? This kid hasn't been touched. Is this your preferences? Like, what are you letting us know here, Travis? Like, I'm very, very confused, and I think it's just gross that you would even do that. Someone should definitely check on those kids. These pictures have a very strange and unsettling vibe to them. Reminds me of the children in the original picture of Celine Dion's website selling androgynous children's clothes. Okay, it's their facial expressions, one you shouldn't have until your mid-30s. That first kid looks like he's been crying and made to hold it in for the picture. Puffy eyes and frown with his lips pressed together. Also, considering the bright lighting in the photo, his pupils are pretty big, pretty sad and creepy stuff. It says, dude killed a group of people in a ceremony. Go do your research, man. Insurance Alive, Flowery, License Spark. I don't even want to know what that's. I actually don't want to read that in case that's some weird shit. All the elites are PDFs, now they want to be open about it. The sad thing is we haven't rallied together to stop them yet. There should be mobs outside each and every PDF's house demanding and taking justice for children. He probably transports the kids location to location. I kind of expect this from Travis Scott, anyone associated with the Kardashians or Drake. He's had his share of questionable dealings with kids too. These are all just comments. These are just people's opinions on a public conspiracy thread. I'm not saying all of this is true just for the record and just for legal reasons, right? I'm just here giving you my opinion on other people's opinions on a public forum. We don't know for sure that Travis is up to any nefarious stuff behind the scenes. But why on earth are you posting this? That's all I just am asking questions, right? If I'm not mistaken, these kids were on the Astroworld cover from his album in 2018 as well, so it could have a meaning creatively or it's way darker than that. Imagine this, it's both. One under the guise of the other. The white kid looks broken mentally. What kind of evil shit is this? Okay? These are the kids, or at least they're supposed to be, that were on his last album cover. Most likely as a callback to that. Might be some sort of thing about the white kid literally being colored and something to do with that. I think it's a tone-deaf way to show two ways a kid can be called colored. All right? He just released a new album, needs to draw my attention. I mean, it just makes me think of the children that lost their lives at the Astroworld tragedy that he never apologized for. Travis Scott is one of the most brain-dead people I've ever seen. He looks and sounds lobotomized, always entrenched in Masonic symbolism in the most trite way possible. A concert at the Pyramid of Giza. Pyramid? What, like the triangular shape? I wish it would have happened. It would have been the first time it would have been the first time I root for the bad guys. Obvious industry plant literally came up as a Kanye clone, making derivative 808 Heartbreak, auto-tune messes, links up with the Kardashians. He's just a rich, rudderless, morally bankrupt edgelord that's now using kids to push his evil agenda. It reminds me of all those Midland modeling agency post-2018 era Rachel Chandler, Walter Pierce abused emancipated models. This is a sign of a man with no fear of repercussions. People died horribly at his shows. I wish the worst on that man. I might upvote that one. Travis Scott is obviously a satanic puppet. He's just further showing which side he's on and the weird stuff he's into. Okay? This is definitely sus. I checked his Instagram. I don't see these photos anymore. Were they deleted or was the post not very recent? It says top post, third pictures. You sure you checked his Instagram? All right? So, a bit weird, all right? And another people have been pointing out is the fact that in the Epstein files, okay, one of the other code words apart from pizza and jerky was hot dog, right? New code word, hot dog. You can film Chomsky the day you return. It will be wild. Can't get further left than him or right than you. It's like Hitler and Gandhi sharing a hot dog. Tucson, correct? For the hot dog, I will be in Paris with Victoria from June 12 to 17. Best M, Michael Wolff to Jeffrey Epstein. Walk in the park around 12:30. Hot dog / lunch to Michael Wolff. There's another Epstein email. It says, well, Linda, I will be down your way February 16th to 18th. I'll be at the Breakers, I believe, from 16 to 20. Allow me to buy you a hot dog. Probably not. Hoping you can get a hot dog and check out some of the game. I think Jeffrey could care less about the game. I guess no hot dogs at the deli for their Super Bowl party. Lol. So you're in the loop. Jeffrey will go to dinner with the Chomskys around 6 p.m. to a Jewish deli. He will go to their house around 6 p.m. Maybe walk, maybe drive to deli. I know the car is waiting for him, so either works. The site no longer has the video, but I found it on YouTube. Subject forward, hot dog. 140 years old, Coney Island. All right, what's going on with these hot dogs? What is going on? People are saying hot dog is code for young boy. There's a file from the FBI under the popular sorting that will shed that light. It sounds like they're talking about hot dogs. These three all on the same day. These three said all on the same day. Seems to be arranging a meetup. All right. So some of them could be sound like walking around AC. I'm not New York City. I'm not saying for sure that that's what it is, but a lot of people have been thinking that that's what it is something to do with, right? So more recently, more Travis Scott imagery has been circulating around the conspiracy subreddits and coming under fire online, with users once again questioning this suspect symbolism. Not just the kids that have been touched with pens and the weird triangles on their heads, right? It says Travis Scott stripped 2 young children shirtless and possibly more and drew all over one of them and then proceeded to post them on his Instagram and nothing happened. All right. What's this? A bowl of spaghetti and beef. What's that all about? Travis Scott just kicking it in the stadium, eating. People saying pasta apparently stands for little boy. Hot dog is a boy. Pizza is a girl. Cheese is a little girl. Pasta a little boy. Ice cream a male. P-R-O-S-T. Walnut or nuts is a person of color, and map equals the white gooey stuff, and sauce equals orgy. They're saying he eating pasta. And what's that? It's a hot dog. This is a kind of Kim Kardashian inspired thing. This is his Circus Maximus artwork, right? Hot dog and just a grotesque looking depiction of Kim Kardashian. Hot dog. And then this I just thought was disgusting, okay? Let me read what these comments say. Just for, this is, why on earth would anyone do something like this to an innocent little child? Here's the little black child, also included unclothed in the post. Said his lead single for his album Utopia ended the video with him being served pasta and sauce in the middle of an empty football or soccer stadium. Completely random, but was so random though. Was it so random though? If we look at these alleged PDF code words and names, we can see pasta is a code word for little boy. These images of the unclothed ones was posted the same week he released the music video with the pasta for his album. And here was the promotional image for his album tour for Utopia called Circus Maximus with some weird looking naked lady eating a hot dog. Once again, if we look at the codes, we see hot dog means boy. I know these are alleged and not officially verified, but just remember what happened with the Astrofest 2021 concert and with all the symbolism. This is a piece of merch from the Astrofest 2021. Rafflesia death flower, known for smelling like rotting meat inside a portal with eyes all around it, pulling in a young boy. And see you on the other side. Now, honestly, when I saw this, I was thinking, ain't no way that he made merch mocking the people that died at his festival. But it sounds like this was actually made before for that particular festival. Now, for that to be the merch that was used for the festival where a bunch of kids died, I'm just horrified and just creeped out. How on earth? That is so creepy and weird. It says another piece of merchandise just to include here, one eye symbolism with a portal inside the eye. Need I say much else? This is just like 1 or 2% of all the symbolism. So this is creepy. And although this is a square, not a triangle, kind of it's the big square with the little square inside it. That reminds me of something I saw not too long ago. But anyway, that's just my opinion, right? I just can't imagine what these poor children went through. Even if the best case scenario was just for a photo shoot, worst case, well, you can only imagine. But all of this was fine because he's just edgy. It was part of his album rollout. I have no other words, but God, please protect our children from the wicked. That first kid doesn't look happy, right? The first photo shows the one eye symbolism. Ever since that Houston concert and all he's done since then just proves he's part of those evil satanic elites. His photo with Michelle Lamy was concerning as well. The dude's in deep. Yes, this is what came up for me. She's a high witch of God knows what. Says, I'm from Houston. I never fucked with this weirdo. He doesn't rep real H-Town music or anything. He's a puppet. It's saying he's an effing degenerate. Anyone with a brain could see the theme here is corruption and destruction of innocence. And the pastor thing, I wouldn't discount that he's a kiddie diddler. This is just people's opinions on Reddit, all right? These are just people's opinions. It says, this is so blatantly obvious and in our faces. More opinions. It says, yeah, you'd be surprised how many people have already made excuses for this. God, I feel like so many people have gone insane or something. The odd part is no matter what you believe, this is inexcusable. The joke or message is mocking child abuse. See, this is the thing, right? Let's just say, look, we don't believe any of these conspiracy theories, all right? This is something that's really pissed me off lately because a lot of people, I've made a lot of theories about, you know, lyrics that Drake's put out or Kendrick's put out. And it's weird because a lot of people say to me, oh, that's just a coincidence. You're just noticing stuff that's not really there. And I say, you really mean to tell me that these people like Drake, Kendrick, some of the most gifted and celebrated wordsmiths in our in history, let alone this generation, you telling me that these are the most gifted craftsmen when it comes to words aren't putting in theories and interesting tidbits and double entendres? Travis Scott is supposed to be one of the most creative and creatively enlightened people when it comes to art and music, and you really mean to tell me, oh, he just accidentally. Oh, he just accidentally. You reading into it too. He just accidentally had a kid drawn all over with a triangle and said, it was just an accident. I don't know. This is, in my opinion, it just seems like this is a way too much coincidence. So if you want to not believe the conspiracies, that's fine. But is he trolling? That's what makes me think. He's such a creative mind that it's like, worst case scenario, he's on some Epstein shit in some people's opinion. All right. That's the conspiracy out there. We don't know that for sure. All right. But then, like, the more forgiving version of this is that he's using this creepy, weird iconography to plant the seeds and piss people off and troll the world and basically make a mockery of the real life trafficking scenarios that are going on. That's messed up as well, all right? Or option C, just a complete coincidence, complete accident. He whoopsie daisy. He just, for no other particular reason, he wanted to post a picture of a kid that's been touched all over with a pen. Drawn all over. They're just a complete coincidence. That's fine. That's option 3. That could be the case too. That could very much be the case too. But I'm just thinking, if people are this smart when it comes to their artistry and their creativity and their symbolism on everything else, but then when it comes to this, it's like, oh, it's just actually just a random kid. Doesn't mean anything, right? It says it's a code word for how they destroy a blank, innocent, clean slate. Sometimes it's really that simple. Corruption, right? The destruction of God's beauty and purity is the name of their game. They know they're too far deep with these evil forces to ever be redeemed. They trust them to the further ends. Or more simply, he's a loser shitbag. They're saying he was Diddy's pastor. Why is he drawing on and posting shirtless kids? Why? I don't understand why. What's going on? No one got a good explanation for this. So it's not the first time that Travis Scott has faced controversy. I just want to remind everybody, just in case you forgot, because a lot of people have forgotten, and Travis is hoping, he's praying to Moloch that you've forgotten all about this. But we never ever forget.
At 9:25, the Apple live stream showed Scott stopping the show for the first time to draw attention to someone in the crowd who needed help.
Make sure he's good. But you walk with him. Take him.
He would stop the show 2 more times in response to the chaos in the crowd. Minutes later, further back in the crowd, medical staff responded to someone lying unresponsive in front of a reserve section. A half hour after taking the stage, Scott paused the show for a second time as an ambulance drove through the crowd. Minutes later, Sienna Faith McCarty climbed onto a camera platform asking a cameraman to help as the chaos in the crowd escalated.
Looks like folks are coming out of the crowd complaining of difficulty breathing, crushing type injuries.
At 9:38, Houston PD and firefighters responded to a mass casualty event at the Astroworld Festival, where people were being crushed against the stage and many had already collapsed.
We need somebody to help them. Somebody passed out right here.
At 9:42, Scott stops the show for a third time to draw attention to someone in the crowd who needed help, according to the Apple live stream.
Security, somebody help, jump in real quick, keep going.
Security personnel arrived to lift a limp body from the crowd. And then another.
He's not having a pulse.
Security were then seen urgently talking with each other in Houston PD. Here, an ambulance was seen in the crowd, unable to move while a man danced on top. The event plan showed that only 2 people had the authority to stop the show, the executive producer and the festival director. Police officials later told the Houston Chronicle that the promoter Live Nation agreed to cut the show short, but Scott continued his set. Scott's attorney told ABC News that Scott didn't know what was happening in the crowd during the time of the concert. And at 10:12, the Apple Stream showed Travis Scott finishing the show and leaving the stage.
Everybody, I love y'all. Make it home safe. Good night.
This guy just sucks, all right? This guy sucks. And we're never, ever, ever going to forget what happened at Astroworld, okay? We're never going to forget. And that didn't even give you the context. But if you go and watch the documentary that I did about it a couple years ago, okay? This guy, show after show, he encouraged people to hurt themselves. He encouraged people to jump from balconies. He encouraged people to rush the gates and break in. This was too many people in the crowd, and they were getting crushed. And his behavior over the years, in my opinion, all right, he cultivated circumstances of rage. We're gonna rage. We want rage, all right? And he got rage, and then he skirted the consequences. That's just my opinion, all right? So it later came out that that wasn't all right? There were other people in the inner circle that were treated very badly by Travis Scott. For example, one of his former managers had criticized him before Astroworld, saying that Travis actually abandoned him, left him for dead when he was having a seizure in front of him. You might remember this clip.
Travis Scott is the worst person I worked with in my entire career in music. 8 people are dead and hundreds more are injured after Travis Scott's callous, reckless behavior at Astroworld. And I hate to be the one saying this, but I saw this coming and I tried to tell everyone. The story that D-Dot is telling is true. I'm Travis Scott's former manager. I'm the one who had a seizure, and I'm the one that he left for dead in a basement in Los Angeles. I originally told my account in 2013, and then it recirculated on Reddit about 6 years ago. The stories coming out of Astroworld and all the videos documenting the evidence are quite clear, and they align with what I know about Travis Scott. When he sees people in harm or danger, he tends to only continue thinking about himself. And to make it worse, he's been doing this for years at other concerts. I could go on and on about the theft of sessions, assaults, and all the lies that he's told in his career, but the thing that I want you to understand most is this.
He doesn't give a shit about anybody but himself, and we saw that on full display when he dropped this video, okay?
I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night.
Just like everybody that died just is a major inconvenience to Travis, right? Like, guy having a seizure, like, oh, bro, like, oh, let me get out of here. God, my session's ruined with your seizure. Oh, guess I can't do Astroworld again because all these kids died. Everybody's just a great big convenience. And I said before, he looks like he's jerking himself off because he's a dickhead, and he does have a dick on his head. But also, I do feel like he does look a bit like he's drawing on his head like he drew a triangle on that child's head, allegedly.
Actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, you know, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, help them get the help they need, I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. We've been working closely. We've just been working like, can you just shut up about your dead kids? Just shut up about your dead kids, bro. I'm trying to make this album. That's what he's saying. That's what he's thinking, in my opinion. Try to get to the bottom of this. The city of Houston, HPD, fire department, everyone help us figure this out. So if you have any information, please just contact your local authorities. Everybody continue to just keep your prayers. I mean, I'm honestly just devastated, and I could never imagine anything like this just happening. And I'm gonna do everything I can to keep you guys updated and just keep you guys informed on what's going on. I love you all.
So, look, this guy's a major asshole. Everything in this video, this is just my opinion. My opinion is he's an asshole. He is a dirtbag. He's inconsiderate. He doesn't care about people. And everything I've heard from people in the industry that's met him, it seems to indicate that just he's no good. He's not a good guy. So that's all my thoughts, all right? Palm Beach Trav. Any playlist he's on, just a straight up delete, all right? Anytime I see an Instagram post, it's just a mute, or it's a don't show me stuff like this anymore. He's done. Forget about Travis Scott. Just goodbye. All right. That's my thoughts. Peace.